So you are a dependent person. You are depending on an external prop to enable you to achieve what you want to achieve naturally. You don't get sleep is the mental illness, not because you are taking medication. So not only are you damaging yourself physically, medically, you are also damaging yourself socially.
So we live in an era of a lot of mental stress. People lose sleep all the time. People are highly strung, tensed, because there are so many things happening. It's your job, it's your personal life, it's money, and of course, the social influence as well. With regard to this, I wanted to ask you about the use of sleeping pills or Restal.
So you are a dependent person. You are depending on an external prop to enable you to achieve what you want to achieve naturally. Sleep is a natural phenomenon. Now, why are you unable to sleep? Several reasons. Whatever be the reasons that is disturbing your mind is unable to go into a state of calmness which is necessary for you to induce sleep. To induce that state of calmness, now you are dependent on an external factor called a sleeping pill, whatever be it. It starts as a very small, once in a while episode, very tiny dose of a highly potent substance, and it gives you a sense of success, that I could sleep. It gives you a sense of calmness, my mind feels rested, and then it becomes a habit, and then the habit becomes an addiction. Progresses over a period of time. So you're asking me my take? Never be dependent on external sources for your achievements. Be dependent on yourself. Are you such a weakling that you can't regulate your own sleep patterns without external aids? Then you need to work on what is causing that disturbance where you need an external aid to calm down your mind.
So since we're using a medication, does that mean that it's a mental illness, that you don't get sleep, or you're highly tensed all the time, or you're anxious?
You don't get sleep is the mental illness, not because you are taking medication. You are trying to escape your problem by taking medication. But you don't realize that by taking medication, you are also creating another problem, because every medication has its side effects. Especially when you are dealing with the mind and you are numbing your mind to enable you to sleep. You are suppressing the natural processes of the human body. And anything that is suppressed is eventually going to retaliate in a higher measure. So you will discover that all these guys who are accustomed to sleeping aids, pills and all that, go on progressively increasing the dose. You start with a 0.25 milligram, you go to a 0.5 milligram, then you progress to 1 milligram, and then even that doesn't work, then you go to a more potent drug, and you have messed up your body chemistry completely. And sometimes you go to a point of no return. So you have embarked on a journey which is self-destructive. This is same like cigarette smoking. You know you are destroying your lungs and you are unable to come out of your habit of smoking, a habit which you were not born with, but which you cultivated. You got your body accustomed to something which you were not naturally born with. So if this mechanism has worked, that you got your body accustomed to something which was not natural, then I think it should be easier to make your body go back to its natural rhythms. Now what is missing in this case is a strong will. And a will is a short form of willingness. I am not willing to apply a natural therapy available to me free and easily. I'd rather pay somebody and get an instant relief.
So taking the easy way out.
At the risk of ruining my life.
So is it that if you take this pill, it's taking an easy way out of the problem.
Sure, everybody wants easy solutions. The world is going towards easy solutions. Today, I don't want to work on my own documents. I want to depend on AI. A document which would probably take me 4 hours to create, AI promises to do it in 5 minutes, 15 minutes. So that means I have to keep this apparatus aside on the sofa and let AI do my work. So tomorrow when there is a question that comes out of the output of the AI, I don't have an answer because I didn't create it.
So could this habit be passed on to the younger generation? I mean, they also are facing some kind of stress at home, or stress related to career or peer pressure or relationships. So they are also opting for these psychotropic substances
More so,
to find an escape for their...
not only as a medication, but also as titillating agents. They are available to you in soft drinks. Rave party. What is a rave party? Is it medication?
It's kind of therapy, right?
It's not a therapy. Rave party is not a therapy. Rave party is a creation of addiction. Rave party is not at all a therapy. On the contrary, it is destruction of life. You are subjecting your body to a state of addiction from which perhaps you will never come out. So you are entering into a drug prison from which there is no escape. And the reactions that you see, sudden bouts of temper or sudden bouts of depression or sudden bouts of melancholia, all these are going to affect your relationships around you. Be it your parents, be it your siblings, be it your spouse, it's going to affect these relationships. So not only are you damaging yourself physically, medically, you're also damaging yourself socially.
So what do you think about using this for recreation? Should it be allowed? Should it be legalized or not?
It's not legalized.
Recently, I read somewhere that in Himachal, growing of cannabis is going to be legal.
Growing of these things is legal. It is a agricultural crop. So it's a profession. I'm growing a crop. Where am I using this crop? That is important. So while there is no objection to growing, there is regulation on how it is to be used. Even in the drug industry, there are certain products which are regulated. They are not available freely. They are issued under license. They can be manufactured under special license. Why? Because they can be misused. You will see that drugs are available under various schedules, and certain schedules are for potent drugs. Potent drugs in the hands of wrong people can cause a lot of damage to the society. But there is also an illegal parallel trade going on in drug substances. That is also a known fact. That's why you have smuggling. That's why you have a drug cartel. That's why you have policemen. And that's why you have strict laws. In some countries, you are caught with drugs, it is straight death sentence. Why all this?
So many people believe that it increases their mental faculties by using...
Temporarily.
But in the long term,
In the long term, every drug is harmful. Because it comes with a baggage of side effects. So while you are addressing one issue which you are having, I'm not able to sleep, you are also creating for yourself a plethora of side effects, maybe kidney failure. Today you will see how many organ failures are reported. Hospitals are proliferating, transplants are increasing, kidney replacement, liver replacement, lung replacement, heart replacement. Why are these things happening on an increase? Is simply because I am not in control of my own life. I am not willing to take control of my own life. The will is missing. Today's generation is low on willpower. Why? Because facilities are available. Famous story of Lal Bahadur Shastri used to swim across the river with books tied on his head just to go to school. Today, my car is not available, I'm not going to school. Will you walk to school? नहीं, बस नहीं आई, मैं कैसे जाऊं स्कूल को? So my willingness to work for my success has gone down because of the facilities made available to me. Today I'm not willing to memorize my tables because there is a calculator, there is a computer. Now today there is AI. Why do I need to remember things? So that means I am weakening myself as a human being with human capabilities installed in me by the universe. I don't want to use it. I want to use some gadgets, ready-made. Why the housewife is not willing to cook an elaborate meal? Because everything is instantly available. Open a package, put it on the heat, and instantly food is ready. Or Swiggy and Zomato are there.
Also, peer pressure plays an important role because the number of users for these psychotropic substances has gone up over the years. You see now, almost 1 out of every
when you
3.
use the word peer pressure, it means I am getting influenced by external sources. I don't have the strength of character to resist those forces. I'm not willing to do that. Aren't you saying that? Peer pressure. When you say peer pressure, don't you have a mind of your own?
Yeah, but when you're socializing, right, you're in a social setup. It's just
I don't drink alcohol. Okay, you go ahead, drink alcohol. I'll have a glass of water. What is wrong in saying that? You don't have the strength of character to say that. You want to be associated with that group, so let me have one drink with them. That one drink becomes 2 and you don't know when it becomes 5. Why don't you have the strength of character to say, okay, you have your beer, I'm having my water? What's wrong?
true. Also, I wanted to ask you if meditation can help replace the use of these substances.
I always advocate the formula in our Pratibimb Charitable Trust under the program Life and Breath. Replace all your medication with meditation. Just try. Come to Pratibimb. Enroll. If you can save tons of money on medication, why not? Give it a try.